I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This one's wife. Jamaica? No, she decides everything. Boom Tish. The Sussexes go to the cinema. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. A rather dull and uninteresting duo went to the cinema the other evening, but naturally, because it involves this one's wife and Prince Harry, that needs to be made a matter of record and ends up being splashed across the world's press. Naturally, that means that it's open for analysis, and it is the supine publication that we turn to, known as People, and an article by Stephanie Petit which tells us, this one's wife and Prince Harry make surprise red carpet outing in Jamaica at Bob Marley movie premiere. Now, there are quite a few things that come out of this appearance. One is, what were they doing there? The other relates to the appearance of this one's wife, and I'll be addressing those things in a series of videos. So, if I haven't touched upon those particular thoughts that are running through your head at this moment in time, relax. Hold your horses. It will be addressed in due course. But let's examine what went on. This one's wife and Prince Harry are having a movie night. How extraordinary and remarkable, so stunning, so brave, so fearless of them to be able to go and have a movie night together. After all, nobody in history ever has done that before. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex made a surprise appearance on Tuesday at the premiere of Bob Marley One Love in Jamaica. The couple walked the red carpet hand in hand, physical assertion of control utilizing the grip of doom and facade management, with this one's wife in a black ensemble, while Harry went with a suit sans tie for the evening out at the Carib Theatre in Kingston. Now, it occurs to me that what this one's wife was wearing was probably what she planned to wear at the Bell Ends of Aviation event that Harry attended on Friday, which she didn't go to because one of the children was apparently unwell. Nevertheless, she has to have an outing, and this time turned up. Bob Marley, One Love, hitting theatres on February the 14th, stars Kingsley Ben-Adir as the legendary singer and Lashana Lynch as his wife, Rita. The movie celebrates the life and music of an icon who inspired generations through his message of love and unity. Undoubtedly something that this one's wife believes that she would do, and therefore wouldn't surprise me if she would engage in some character trait acquisition. On the big screen for the first time, discover Bob's powerful story of overcoming adversity and the journey behind his revolutionary music. The outing marks a return to Jamaica for Prince Harry, 39, and this one's wife, 42. Before their engagement, the couple headed to the Caribbean country together for the 2017 wedding of Harry's friend Tom Skippy Inskip to Lara Hughes-Young. You may recall the hilarious pictures that emerged from that, which showed this one's wife clearly gate-crashing the wedding in order to hoover in Harry and shooting daggers at anybody that spoke to him. The joint outing comes just days after Prince Harry attended the Living Bell Ends of Aviation Awards in Beverly Hills on Friday, where he was honoured as an inductee. This one's wife missed the event because one of their children became ill. People understands. They then remind us of the fact that they're parents to Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, in case you'd already forgotten, because it's never mentioned. It then explains that Harry's father, King Charles, is expected to undergo treatment this week for an enlarged prostate. Buckingham Palace announced on January the 17th that this was the case, and the King wanted to share his diagnosis to encourage men who may be experiencing symptoms to get checked. King Charles will be capable of fulfilling his constitutional requirements and duties during this time, a royal source tells People. Hip hip huzzah. It then makes mention, of course, of the abdominal surgery that Kate has undertaken also. It doesn't particularly share much detail about what went on whilst they were there, and indeed, this one's wife would be rather irked that people are making reference to King Charles and the Princess of Wales in an article which is meant to be about her. Interestingly, she posed with the Jamaican Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, and his wife, Juliet Holness, and she and this one were also seen posing with the CEO of Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon. Undoubtedly, this one's wife will have used the occasion to try and cozy up to the CEO for the purposes of trying to get a deal. Irrespective of the fact that the film was probably done in conjunction with Paramount, hence that's why the CEO was there, this one's wife, shameless, lacking boundary recognition, operating with her sense of entitlement, will have undoubtedly sniffed around, trying to curry favour. Of course, lacking decent cognitive function and emotional empathy, she fails to understand that this approach doesn't bring any results. In the past it may have done so, when she was an unheard of mediocre actress. Being pushy and elbowing her way to the front probably did enable her to achieve certain things, albeit on a much lower level. But now, when she's amongst the more serious players, behaving in that way isn't going to get her anywhere. Remember the blatant shilling that took place at the Lion King premiere? Yes, toe curling, I should imagine, was your response to that. Many people expressing second-hand embarrassment. But she will continue to be that way. She will continue to act in that way because her narcissism tells her that it's appropriate. That it's appropriate at an event which is meant to be about a film premiere to talk about her needs and to shill for work. Her narcissism tells her that it's appropriate for her to impinge upon, in a sense, the leisure time of somebody else to talk about the possibility of her getting a deal. This is one of the many factors which causes so many people to be put off by her. The fact that she's so self-absorbed, the fact that she tries to elbow her way into situations where she's not welcome, means that she's seen as very much pushy, self-absorbed, and a climber. But it is undoubtedly the case that she will have utilised this occasion to try and buff up her credentials and to try and obtain some work from the CEO of Paramount Pictures. One suspects that he will have rebuffed that, being singularly unimpressed by both her conduct and, of course, the fact that she has no talent. It's interesting, of course, that whilst this one's wife hasn't turned up at the Golden Globes because she wasn't invited, won't be turning up at the Oscars because she isn't invited, the best that she can muster is a red carpet appearance in Jamaica at a movie about Bob Marley. In the general scheme of things, it is not the top-tier outing that she would believe that she should be attending. Instead, it demonstrates that she is having to pick up the scraps. And essentially, attending this premiere, she was not the main attraction, and it's likely that this was obtained as a consequence of her again being a tag-along. She will have sucked up the occasion, one can see in the pictures, the fixed rictus grin as she hoovers up the fuel from the attention that's provided by those there. But the fact is that she's not being invited to the big, glitzy Hollywood events, and instead she's having to make do with the crumbs that are scattered around instead. To the rest of the world, this is understandable. To the rest of the world, It's obvious why this has happened. And yet, while she will recognise that she's not at the top table, she will not accept that it's anything to do with her fault. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.